Behind me is the entrance gate to the Topkapi Palace. For half a millennium, that was the centre of power over most of the known world. A half millennia long battle between Ottoman Turks and Venetian Catholics swayed backwards and forwards over Europe, marking most of today's modern borders and setting the stage for what is the conflict between Islam and Christianity. If you listen to the Americans, you'd think that's a new conflict, but in fact it's not. Right from the days of Suleiman, one of the early and great emperors of the Ottoman age, the whole question of what do you do between what was then Orthodox Christendom in their empire, moderate Islam and radical Islam, was something that was centre stage and top of their rulers' minds. Ottoman Turks were always moderate Muslims. If you doubt that, think of this. Of the 5 pillars of Islam, one of the most important is the Hajj. And not a single one of the Ottoman emperors did the Hajj, even though they had the means and even though they controlled the territory. More than any other building, this one, the Hagia Sophia, sums up the issues around religion and Istanbul. Built by the Byzantines in old Roman Byzantium, it was initially an Orthodox church. Constantine the Great converted the Roman Empire to Christianity, and this was the centre of the Eastern Roman Empire. After the Ottomans took over Constantinople, they converted this to a mosque, and for 500 years this was the largest mosque in all of the Islamic world. And then 1935, Ataturk converted it to a museum, secularised this building that had been the largest Christian place of worship, the largest Islamic place of worship, and is now an incredibly important secular museum. Think about this also when you think about the Hagia Sophia, that for half a millennium this was the largest mosque in Islam, and for that 500 years all of the Christian mosaics were left intact. Now if that doesn't convince you that there was a harmony or a tolerance within the Ottoman Empire, nothing will. I'm now in the Sultan Mehmet or Blue Mosque. It's the twin to the Hagia Sophia. It caused somewhat a controversy in the 15th century when it was being built, 16th century, because it has 6 minarets. Up until then, only sultans were allowed to build a mosque with 4 minarets. Princes were allowed to build a mosque with 2, and normal people would build a mosque with 1 minaret. But this has 6. And it wasn't until the Sultan Mehmet, agreed to build 1 additional minaret in Mecca was the controversy solved.